Okay, so this is what you're going to find in the kit for Chi. All these items here. First, you're going to have the wooden bowl for the foot soak. There will be 2 liners in the kit. You will want to use both liners, and you will want to tie it on the side here and then tuck it. This is the heated neck roll that you will be placing on them while they're doing the foot soak. The copper kettle for cold water, the tea kettle for boiling water, the sound bowl, and then within the kit, there will be 2 bottles of Tumo elixir, 2 Orme compresses, 2 tea bags for the foot soak. This Tulsi tea is what you're going to make them at the end of the service. And then the Joshua Stoddard takeaway card, which will also be given to them at the end of the service. If you need to find any of these items, this is the box for the tea, the foot soaks. We're using fractionated coconut oil to prep the Orme compresses. So you will put 2 of them in here, and you will put enough fractionated coconut oil just to cover the compresses and put them in the towel cavity. The kits will be in this bag here. Okay, so for Chi, we have the guided elemental imagery listed first, following the Joshua Stoddard album. So they are listed together. You will first play the elemental imagery, and then once they are on the table, you'll play the actual album. Okay, so you're going to have the bowl off to the side of the chair so the guest does not walk in and directly put their feet in. You're going to help them, you're going to assist them in putting their feet in so they don't burn their feet. You will have a pitcher of cold water and then a pitcher of hot water so that you can adjust the temperature. 2 folded towels, one will go over the lap once you sit them in the chair. So Nancy is gonna have a seat here. So she's the guest, I'm bringing her in. I'm going to first help her put her feet in the bowl, in her shoes. Shoes on. And then place the towel right over her lap. Then you will go to the cavity and get the neck roll and place that over her shoulders. At this point, you will sit down and adjust the temperature. You would talk to your guests about the description of the service. You're going to talk about the key points or key benefits that you want to mention with the foot soaks, benefits of the Tulsi tea, and the Orme compresses. So you'll tell them about the service, discuss their concerns. After you go over the description of the service and their concerns, and make sure that their feet are comfortable and the temperature is correct, then you're going to let them know we're going to do a guided elemental imagery meditation. You can mention it like that. You could say guided nature imagery. And at that point, you'll guide them to sit back, close their eyes, let their bodies really relax. And as they listen, take slow, deep breaths and let them know that you also are going to join them in this guided elemental imagery. So then you'll get up and on the iPod, you'll press play on the elemental imagery. There's a buffer in the beginning before it begins. So then you'll just sit down with them. Similar to when you're doing the breath work, but you're both going to be sitting back, taking slow, deep breaths, listening to the audio. And after that, you'll help them get their feet out of the bucket, dry them with this towel here, and just to remind you how that works. You will open the towel up like this, and then help them take their feet out. And the bucket goes right under the chair. So you'll do some compresses on the feet, You can also do some compresses on the feet while they're in the bucket too, like you've done before, like we went over in training. And then you will take the heated neck roll and have them get on the table, face down while you step out. Okay, so when you're setting up the table, just a reminder, you're gonna put a towel down for the feet, a towel down at the upper portion of the table for when you use the compresses on the hands, C7, and crown of the head, so you're gonna put a towel also on the ground. So after you've done the massage portion, there's a few ways you can do this. You can work on the legs and then use the compresses on the feet, or you could even begin with the compresses on the feet, which is wonderful because it really brings the energy down from their mind to their feet, helps them get out of their mind. Then massage the legs. Put these back in the caddy so they stay warm. You want these to be ideally really warm each time you use them. So you work on the back. After massaging the back, using them on the center of the hands, this point. Remember, you're going to hold it. So again, reminder of how to do this. We are just kind of holding a firm point here and gently rotating. And afterwards, you place them back in the flexi bowl and go off the hands. So do that on each side. Then you will do C7. And again, a firm pressure and gently rotating. As far as how long to hold it, there's not a specific amount of time, but enough time you'll just intuitively when you feel you're done. And then you're going to also then do crown of the head. And these will have a decent amount of oil. You're not going to wring them out or anything like that. It feels really good for the warm oil to be dripping down. And then after, I would get in and do some scalp work before you turn them over. Right before you turn them over, the last thing you're going to do is play this Tibetan singing bowl right over their heart chakra through the back, okay? So you're gonna find a flat area, which is also a little bit different on everyone. And encourage them to take some slower, deep breaths. So you'll turn them over. Okay. So once they are turned over, you will work on their legs, their arms, their neck. Then you're going to get your plexi bowl out of the caddy again. And you're going to move the sheet down. Ideally, it's a nipple line. We're not gonna go to the nipple line just out of comfort for the guest. We're gonna go a little above. So that'll be different on each person. And you will know what's appropriate for that. So, lighter pressure on this point, it's a little bit more tender, a little more sensitive, but incredibly relaxing. Then you will go to the jugular notch. Again, very gentle here. And this is when you're going to come to the head point, you could be working on the neck a little bit. You want to smooth this oil over, okay, and leave it dripping. And then you will go into an invigorating scalp massage to end the service.